Hey guys, my name is Alex and today we are talking about teaching. So I've had a few people ask me about how to get into teaching, how to train here in the UK. So I thought I would provide a video which basically goes through how to get into training if you are from overseas. So there's a range of reasons as to why you might want to get into teaching here in the UK. Maybe it's because there's lots of opportunities here, or maybe more so because the qualification is widely recognised internationally. Whatever your reason might be, I'm here to help. So if you've watched my previous videos, you will know that I teach here in the UK in the secondary sector. I will try to cover as much as I can in primary, but predominantly I'm going to focus this on secondary. So for those people that want to get into teaching in the UK, there is help for you. You can fill out a registration form and you will get one-to-one help from an advisor here in the UK of exactly how you go about it in your circumstance. I will link that down below in the description box. I'm not going to go through all the different training routes that are provided here in the UK because I've already done that in a previous video, and I will link it in the card above so you can check that out too. So no matter where you're coming from, you're going to need some qualifications and you're going to need to meet the minimum entry requirements. Ultimately, it's up to the school that you want to train with to make the decision as to whether your qualifications that you currently hold will meet their entry requirements. So if your qualifications, some or all, are from outside of the UK, that would be your first step. Contact the school that you want to train with. They might ask you to demonstrate that your qualification is actually recognised, and they'll ask you to do this through NARIC, the National Academic Recognition Information Centre. Again, I'll leave those details down in the description box below. As mentioned in my previous video, you might actually be able to get some financial help towards you studying here in the UK. So again, this is done through student finance and you can check that out using the link below. So if you're from outside of the EU, you might be asked to apply for a visa before you start your training course. So the type of visa will depend on whether you're going for the salaried or non-salaried route, get paid or not getting paid. So if you choose the school direct salaried route, then you would be employed by the school and therefore you would apply for a work visa, a tier 2. So you go for the tier 2 rather than the tier 4 student visa. If you do end up applying for the tier 4 student visa, you would need a tier 4 sponsor. There is going to be a graduate route that is launched in the summer of 2021. And this will be available to international students who at the time of application have a tier 4 student visa and have completed an undergraduate degree. Successful applicants on this route will be able to stay and work in the UK for a maximum of 2 years. You would then switch into skilled work once you've found and secured a job. If you're from the EU, you may still have to apply for a visa depending on when you come to the UK. If you come to the UK before January of 2021, you will not need a visa and there'll be no charge for immigration arrangements. However, you will need to apply for the EU settlement scheme if you want to remain working and living in the UK. So nationals of the EU that meet the minimum entry requirements can still get access to student finance as long as you start the academic year of September 2020. You will then get student finance for the remainder of your course. You are also eligible for a tax-free bursary and scholarships as well. Now this video has been mainly for people that are unqualified teachers that have not yet done their training. However, if you are a qualified teacher that is looking at moving to the UK with your current qualifications, then I can do another video on that should you wish. Pop it in the comments below and I'll be sure to do that for you. Based on teachers that I work with that have come from abroad, whether that's been in India or whether that's been in China, they have had really positive experiences and actually explain the process. It's quite simple and easy once you get your head around it. So if you are thinking of coming to the UK to study for teaching, then I would definitely recommend it. It's a really good environment and most likely you will be able to dabble in a few other things. So say you do a subject area and you're not quite sure whether that's what you want to go into, I would definitely say that you should just come and do it because I've taught maths and science and English and RE. I've pretty much taught everything during my almost 6 years of teaching now. That might be good news for you, it might not be. I like variety in my work pattern. You might not. Either way, it just makes you more employable should you wish to get a long-term post that will sponsor you. Sorry, it's gone really dark, hasn't it? Sorry, I'm like doing this at sunset, which is probably the worst time I could do a video. But anyway, let me see if I can to turn the lights on. Okay, I don't know if that's improved things. I'm sorry, it's dark. Again, I'm coming from a secondary perspective. If you are looking at primary, teaching in primary in the UK, then I know that you have to have English, maths, and a science as well in your GCSEs or equivalent. But again, this is mainly from my perspective. I don't teach primary, I only teach secondary. If you'd like to know more about the primary side, I can ask my primary colleagues and make sure I get that information to you as well. Alright guys, see you in the next one. Bye!